Hello everyone, it's Jan. Welcome to day 99 of 100 Days of Making Comics. I've got the page lined up. Actually, that is someone else who's doing the 100 Days of Making Comics, Michael Pritchard. Again, I've got my page lined up right over there. I've got Photoshop lined up with the original ink, so I'm ready to get started and fix some problems with the perspective that I hadn't noticed yesterday, or at least they really stand out like a sore thumb. So, in the meantime, day 99 is of course crucial to making or breaking it. So I need to check out on my very nutritious meal of frozen pizza. Truth be told, I used to work with someone from Bologna, Italy for a long time, and he was always stressing out that there is no such thing as Bolognese sauce for pasta or for pizzas. It's a made-up thing that they did abroad, which is kind of like when I went to the United States the first time, or the second time, and there's this thing called Dutch apple pie. Being Dutch, I'd like to point out that everyone makes apple pie. Is there something particular about Dutch apple pie? I don't know, but I think it's something somebody made up in the United States, just like pasta bolognese. Anyway, this pizza is pretty awesome, but what makes it really good, day 99 pro tip, is hot sauce. If I'm looking a little worse for wear, it's because late last night I woke up and I thought, oh, maybe it's like 4 or 5, because that sometimes happens. I would just wake up at like 4 or 5, go back to sleep again. It certainly felt like 4 or 5, but it was actually 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I couldn't go to sleep till about 4. It was awful to get up, but once I did manage to get up, everything seemed fine. I just cruised through the day, got home, sat down, and within 10 minutes I was fast asleep for like 2 hours. So I need to catch up. I've already got a coffee in. Now for a little bit of food, and then to get started on the comic book. Now, in case you're new to this channel, I'm working on a little science fiction adventure comic book called Phosphor. It's a tale about a group of scavengers that is looking to score big and finds a secret location of some sort, ancient artifacts, and awakens a monster. And well, you know, then it's a quest of who gets to survive and who doesn't. That's kind of what the story is about in a nutshell. So in this first issue, I'm introducing a ton of characters in their little science fiction vessel, land crawler of some sort. And after having worked out what the pages look like, and the dialogue and the balloon positioning of the balloons, and the rough inks version, which you can find on Gumroad if you'd like to get ahead of the curve and read up on it, I am now redrawing everything traditionally on paper, and I am stuck on page 2. I thought I had this massive panel down, but with my brain being all fuzzy and not being too attuned to coming up with new stuff, I'm kind of just going over, retracing my steps from yesterday and filling in a lot of the shadows, going a little too dark with the blue pencil, I'm afraid, because that makes it almost non-erasable, which is a good thing, but I do think the blue pencil is a little too thick for the finer details I can get out of the inkwell. But this is a guideline. I am going to do a layer of erasing over this pencil once I get started with the actual inks, the fine inks on this page, so that they don't stand out as bold and, you know, become such a pain to I know there's like settings on scanners so they don't scan and everything, but I don't know, it's still a pain. Just I try and minimize that. So this panel that you're looking at, there's the massive chain from the ceiling that she's being hauled up with like an elevator. It's a big iron wrought cathedral looking bare bones structure with lots and lots of boxes of things they've collected, lots of boxes that they've converted into little cubby holes where they can, where the kids who do all the hard labor live in. I'm kind of going for a little bit of a Lost Boys vibe, like a Peter Pan vibe. So there's lots of stairs and there's lots of wiring and cables and ropes and all sorts of things, you know, to make it look like a fun place to climb onto, you know, like that childlike fun of just climbing onto stuff. There's going to be a lot more light and shadow here because it's kind of on the light side right now. But I was pausing at some point and thinking to myself, how do they actually light the interior of this vast vessel that they're traveling inside of? Like, are there like bright spotlights? Are there certain big lights just there where they need them, where people are actually living and then going to the place where they actually work? Like, how does that actually, like, I need to think about that, because that's going to decide a lot of the shadows, of course. But yeah. So yes, that's kind of where I'm at with my thinking. I still didn't manage to get to the other panels for right now. I might wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning again and then actually sit down and just draw for 2 hours. Who knows? But I'm glad with the amount of work I got in today on Wednesday. It's another 2 hours I managed to get in to fill in some finer detail. And I hope you guys are all doing well in your projects. If you didn't know, Samurai Ox is back doing his third round of 100 Days of Making Comics. I'm eagerly awaiting his next video. Jeff Lafferty is on day 21. I just watched Michael Pritchard's day 18 and 19. Thomas Clemens is, of course, already on day 80. There's lots more people to catch up with on the V100's Facebook page. If you haven't been checking that one out over on Facebook, be sure you do. And in the meantime, get ready for day 100, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow.